Hi everybody, it's Adrian again, and right now you're fixing to see a walkthrough of the bass part of Your Love Never Fails. Again, Tristan's going to be helping us out with the bass. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and start by looking at the music. Now this music's a little different than the piano or something like that. This one has bass patterns because just like the piano, you'll realize that a lot of music is all patterns, and so you got these chord progressions going. Now when I say chord progressions, I'm really talking about guitars and pianos, but on a bass at the beginning level you're not playing chords, you're basically playing notes. And so when you see Your Love Never Fails, the note sheet for this song, it's going to say bass pattern, and then it'll go for the following line in verse 1. So here you see G, G, D, G, 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 D, E flat, E flat, E flat, F, B flat, B flat, B flat, D, F, 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 F. What that is that you are poking those notes on the bass. So you're going to pluck those notes one at a time, but you're going to do it in rhythm, because the bass is really like a second rhythm section for a song, and it really lets you kind of create a groove for what you're doing with the song when you're playing along. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. I guess before we start learning the bass pattern, I need to make sure you know what G we're talking about on your fretboard here, because as you're going to find out in practice, this fretboard, or this whole, all these little things, all these little silver things here going downwards, those are frets, and then the strings go the opposite way. But that fretboard that we're looking at, where you put your fingers, is full of G's and full of D's and E flats, and so it's very important to make sure you're starting off on the right G that we're actually teaching you to start off on. So Tristan, show us the G. What's the very first note? And then I can count the frets. So the 5th fret down, 2nd string from the bottom. That's the G we're talking about. Okay, Tristan, play that G. Okay, and it says you're going to do 3 G's. What does that sound like? Okay, then you're going to transition over to the D. Where's the D note? Okay, 1 string up is a D. And then you're going to transition to E flat. Okay, just 1 fret over. Good. And then it says to hit that E flat 3 times. Then you go over to F. And then B flat. And then hit B flat 2 more times. And then D. And then F. And then finish up with the 3 more F's. Okay, good. Now what he basically just played was this bass pattern here. Now I say pattern, but it's not really a pattern if there's no rhythm to it. So really you're really going to have to listen to that rhythm as Tristan's playing it, and that is basically the bass line for that first section. So Tristan, I want to ask that you do that whole thing all the way down to the 3 F's at the very end, so that we can hear it all together. Alright, go. And repeat. Repeat again. Alright, what we're going to do now is I'm going to show you what that sounds like with the music, so you can start putting all this rhythm together after you practice your fingering, of course, and now you can start hearing it with the music and start paying more attention to that rhythm and that groove that you're making with the bass. Here we go. He's going to start with a G. G, G, same pattern through the whole first verse. I know you make mistakes. Alright, so you did a good job with that first verse. Now we're going to go ahead and move on to the bass pattern for the chorus. And so, again, this chorus, the main difference between the Jesus Culture version and this Newsboys version is that this chorus, the first time they go through it, they kind of break it in half. And I think we kind of talked about that on the piano video. But again, this is the basic pattern for the chorus. Now, if you look down at these notes, you'll see the notes that you're supposed to be playing. We're right here at the top. It says E flat, E flat, E flat, F, B flat, B flat, B flat, D, F, 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 G, C, 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 C. So you're going to have to look at a fingering chart or something that you can pull up online pretty easy. We're not going to go through the fingerings, but if you look at Tristan's fingers as he's doing them, you can be sure to pick it up that way as well. But again, this is the bass pattern for the chorus. Go ahead, Tristan. Now Tristan's going to show us what that sounds like with the music, and you can see how fast that rhythm actually is. But it's good to listen to it with the music so you can get a basic idea of the groove you're creating, or that bass line that you're actually doing for the song. Here we go. Now he repeated right to the very first verse. So again, now he's going back to the first verse again, even though we're at verse 2. Same thing as verse 1. Now here comes that chorus. Alright, so as you can see, there is definitely some patterns going on, and that verse 1 pattern is the same thing for verse 2. So you don't have to memorize, so much that it's impossible, because really you're memorizing 2 patterns so far. And really that's about it for the song. Now, the next part we're going to learn is a bridge. And when Tristan was playing, I noticed that with his right hand, his plucking hand, he's actually using his fingers to pluck the strings. Will you show him what that looks like when you're doing your strings? You're actually, a lot of times, kids, when they start playing bass, they start using their thumb, like if they're strumming a guitar. But with bass, really, you're using your fingers. So show them, what plucking one string would look like if you can do it really fast. Sta-ta-ta-ta. There you go. So he's basically plucking with 2 strings there just to give him some speed. So when you hear this next part, the bridge, that's important because it'd almost be impossible to play what you're playing with the bridge, just one note. And so it's impossible to do that with just one strum of your thumb going as fast as you can. But it's a lot easier to manage when you're using your 2 fingers like Tristan's doing. So you're going to hear this next part, which is the bridge. Go ahead and show us what that looks like, the E flat, E flat, E flat. And stop. Alright, so what you just saw was this part of the song here. Where it says your bass pattern 3, E flat is 8 times, G is 8 times, F is 8 times, and F again another 8 times, and then repeat again. That is your bridge. That's where they start saying, "You make all things work together for my good," a couple of times. And now the final chorus is the bass pattern 2 again. E flat, E flat, E flat, F, B flat, B flat, B flat, D, F, 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 G, C, 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 C to finish it up. Alright, I want to just notice one thing here at the very, very end. After that last chorus, that final chorus, it says go back to the bass pattern 1 with a twist to end it. We're talking about the O, O part at the very end. Notice that at the very, very end of that bass pattern, instead of ending on the F, you're going to add an extra G in there just to make it a little bit more interesting to end the song. So anyway, Tristan, why don't you show us what that looks like? I'll go ahead and play the music. Alright, we're going to go ahead and finish this up with the bridge and the final chorus together. Here we go with the final chorus. Bass pattern 2. Here we go, the chorus pattern. E flat, there it is. There you go. It just keeps repeating again. And fix the switch up. And back to bass pattern 1. Listen. End on the G. That's the twist at the end they're talking about. Alright, well that's the video for this walkthrough. I hope you enjoyed it. And again, if you have any questions, just see me on Wednesdays at practice or ask me on Sunday. Just anytime you see me, if you have a question on something, feel free to let me know. I hope you liked it.